So this is for the undergraduate program application guide of the website of the application. So you just search for the website that I have given you, tjau.at0086.cm/student, and you will reach this login or register for the new account. So you can see that from this website you will see about the details of the documents of doctoral programs, master programs, and undergraduate program. So whether you want to read it in English or in Chinese, you can click any of this, for example undergraduate programs. Then from this will result into PDF file of the details and maybe zip file. This is for all the documents of the medical report, then recommendation letter template, and any other documents. So you have to search for this if you still have lack of information about how is the application will going on, the deadline, documents, and other things. And this is the WeChat QR code. So if you have WeChat account, you can scan this and follow the official account of study at Tianjin University. Okay, so if you're new to this, you have to create your new account. So you just fill in the details of your username, email, family name, given name, passport, nationality. Then you verify your email, make your password, and you're registered. Then if you have finished all of that, then you will receive such email verification, and then you will log in to this account so that you can start your application. So after this, you will log in if you have entered of your details of your registered account, so you can log in. So you will be directed to this website after you log in, that you will have to look at this my application status. You haven't started the application yet, so you can look here for the fast track. You can start your application. So this is the directly start your application, and this is where you will redirect it to. And this is just the reminder that if you haven't read about the documents, about the files, you have to know the complete details before you apply to this, so you are not confused anymore. And then after you have read all that, you click I agree, and then you choose your type, whether you are applying for pre-admission, bachelor's degree, master program, doctoral degree, Chinese language program, and any other programs. Okay, so for this video we will focus on the bachelor's degree, right? So you click next, and don't worry, this website is full of English accompanied by the Chinese translation, so you can understand this information. And this is for where you start your application. You choose your major, right? So the degree is a bachelor's degree, taught by. So you have to know what language you are comfortable in, whether you are comfortable to be taught in English, Chinese. For example, you are comfortable in English, for example, as international student who do not know much Chinese. So for example, I am a chemical engineering student, for example, and I could see you press here search. You click the search button. Okay, do not click enter, otherwise you maybe need to repeat this. So you click the search, right? And you see for what program is available, and you can see that, oh, it is available: School of Chemical Engineering, ICAMI accredited bachelor's degree, English, tuition fee, years, application deadline. So you have to maintain this deadline. You can prepare your documents before this you upload it, and of course you have to upload before the deadline. And the operation is that you click apply. You have choose your major accurately for Tianjin University, and you click apply. And after that, you will have this tab of basic information, application information, documents, more information, and preview. So first you have to fill in the personal information. You can see that this have the red one written here. That is your passport, family name, given name. You have to fill that so that the Tianjin University teachers or committee will know that you have filled all, and will not send an email to you to fill the information again. And of course you have to provide photo here. So you have to follow the requirements that the photo have to be size of 100 to 500 kilobytes in the format of JPG or JPEG or PNG. So either of these three formats you can just upload it. So remember, your photo have to be close up to your face and white background without border. The head is 2/3 of the size of the photograph. The photo size is not less than 320 times 240 pixels, and the aspect ratio is 4:3. So make sure when you take photo, you just ask for the photographer or the photo service to make this kind of photo, especially for this application, right? And the size should be between this. If you have file size of your photo greater than this, you have to compress it so it can be uploaded here, right? So you fill in your personal information, sex, nationality, date of birth, country of birth, whether in China now, your main email. Remember, your email will be the email that will be your contact with Tianjin University. So do not change your email or forget your email account, because that's when you receive the result of your application, right? So this, if you have WeChat, you just type in. If you have no, just empty it. Then Skype, if you have. This is Skype especially important for interview. So if you don't have one, don't worry. They will send you just a link, and you will learn how to create this account. Now, your address. This is where you have to fill in your address. Of course, either information is important, and how to collect admission notice. So if you are selected, Tianjin University will send admission notice and visa application form. So you have to provide your address that you will stay in when you are receiving the admission notice and visa application form. You cannot change your address. Make sure that from the start of the application until you receive the announcement that you are accepted to Tianjin University, you are still in the same address to receive these important documents. Okay. And the passport and visa information, you have to fill in your passport number, expiry date of your passport, and you apply for the Chinese embassy that you will apply visa at, because you will apply visa at Chinese embassy. So for example, I'm from Indonesia, I will apply in Indonesia. If you are from different country, you just have to switch to your own condition, and of course the embassy that you will apply to. Then for the learning experience in China, have you studied in China before? If you have, you say yes. If you have not, you say no. And the visa type that you choose to study in China, if you do not have, you do not have to choose this. And then this is, there is no red button there, and you can see that this has no red. So if you have not studied in China, you don't have to fill this, right? And then your financial sponsor information, guarantor information, and your emergency contact. So if you have filled up that, you can save and continue. So if you have not, for example, you do not know the information of this part, you can actually skip to other tab directly to application information. Your information has been saved, so you do not have to worry about completing all this. Then you can move to the next step. You can click the next step anyway. So now, application information. You can see that this is for your information application. You can see that when you have choose your major and the first part, this has already been default, right? You cannot change, you cannot type in here. So if you have change of mind, for example, you do not want to study chemical engineering, for example, mechanical engineering, you can go to change to another course. That will let you to the choice of majors, and you can apply for that. And this is the entry year, study duration. So you can see that this information here has actually been defaulted. You do not have to worry how long will you study that of the major. And the reference type, so this is the reference from where you know about Tianjin University time. So this is the important, whether to apply for scholarship. If you apply for scholarship, you say yes, and then comes this question: if fail to get scholarship, are you willing to study by self-finance? Which means that whether you apply to, for example, you apply to major of chemical engineering, you apply for scholarship, but you fail to get scholarship, but you're admitted, so you have to study self-finance. But if you do not want to study self-finance, that you really want to apply and study with scholarship, you can actually say no. But if you fail to get the admission to Tianjin University, then you will not have the option to study self-finance. Okay, so you can click yes or no for this information, and you type your reason for applying for scholarship, right? What is your reason to apply with the scholarship? And the language proficiency. So you have chosen your chosen language of English, and of course you have to describe your English proficiency and Chinese proficiency. For example, you're very excellent at your English, you're very comfortable at your English, then you can choose excellent. And you have to suit your own quality of your own skills of the English, and you fill in your IELTS, whether you have gone for test IELTS, TOEFL, whether you have test GRE and GMAT. And Chinese proficiency, what is your Chinese skills, whether you are very good at Chinese, you're excellent, or you just an average skills. So for Chinese proficiency, you can look for the type of your skills, whether you're very good, you're excellent at your Chinese, or just average, you're just good. It is actually have to be in your type of skills here. And HSK level, whether you have taken HSK, for example, and you write in your HSS score. So how much score do you have? For example, you have full score, it's good. And HSKK, if you have followed HSKK scores. And how long you have learned for Chinese language, if you have learned, and all other information. And your education background. Education background is your highest degree before you apply for undergraduate. So for example, you are a fresh high school graduate, so you have to fill in that your highest degree is high school, and whether you have studied for a vocational college, or maybe you have studied bachelor's degree in other major or other college. So for example, you are a high school graduate, right? And your highest degree graduation school, which means what degree you have before you study undergraduate. So you're a high school graduate, you just type in that, right? And also the certificate type of highest degree level. So this is very important. For example, if you haven't received the official diploma or degree certificate, you can actually request for your high school about expected graduation certificate. So that is the option is available, so that when you have admitted and you just receive your official diploma or certificate, you can upload that and replace this expected graduation certificate. And of course, range your highest degree in your transcript. So what is your highest degree? Highest scores, for example, if you have 100 score inside there, you choose over 90, and just you look your highest mark, and you type and you choose your type of scores. And if you have any failure in your highest degree marks, and you describe your high school, your degree, your school name, year of attendance, from and to, and your contact person. The contact person means that who in the school that for example, Tianjin University can contact with, for example, if they need to verify your high school education. And work experience, whether you have worked. So if you have worked, you say yes, and you fill all this information. If you have not worked ever in China, you just click no, and you don't have to fill this information. And your family members, you fill in your family member's name, relationship, and other details, right? So if you have filled in all of this, you click save and continue. And let's move to another tab, documents. So this is the easy way to apply to Tianjin University. There is no application fee to apply to Tianjin University. You just fill in this information online, upload your documents online, and you just wait for the result. So there's no application fee. You do not have to pay anything to apply to Tianjin University. There is no other fees when you are applying online. And this is the application documents format. You can upload the file in JPG, JPEG, PNG, BMP, docx, PDF, XLS with the maximum file size of 5 megabytes. So pay attention to your file size so that it will be accepted to this portal of application, right? And the first documents is Chinese visa and entry seal or living permit. So if you don't have this, you don't have to upload because it is not in red, right? And your valid passport, you have to have passport. Scan the home page of your passport that consists of your photo, your biodata of your name, birth date, then the passport number. So that is where you scan your passport and you upload it to PDF version or any other version. Now medical report. So you have to check your health to the public hospital, where you will send to them your form, the form of physical examination record for foreigner. Remember, you have to have the duration of 6 months from the date of application submission, which means whether you have completed your test. For example, this is the record for foreigners. This form, after you have been tested and all this have been filled, it is valid for 6 months. Okay, so you maintain your time when you will get tested, and this form valid for 6 months. So this is important, so that the hospital try to have the signature of physician and the official stamp of the hospital, and you upload this in color version to this portal, so that Tianjin University understand, oh, this is verified, this is original, by the signature and the official stamp of the hospital. Then the study plan. The minimum for undergraduates is 600 words, the minimum. So you have to upload your study plan of what your purpose is, your target, and for example your future plan, your study plan, how do you adapt to study in China. You have to fill this, you have to upload this because this is rare, right? And you upload also your reference. Reference could be letter of recommendation or any other recommendation type that will support you for this. Then highest academic transcripts. This is the transcript of your high school scores from semester 1 to semester 6. So make sure that all the scores are being uploaded and scanned in one PDF file. So you cannot upload multiple files in this portal. You have to upload one file, and then it consists of your scores. In graduate certificate, you can upload your diploma or your expected graduation certificate. So remember that these transcripts, certificates, study plan, you have to upload it in English language or Chinese language. Which means if you have language from your own country that's different from English or Chinese, for example Indonesian language, Melayu language, any other language that is not Chinese or English, you have to translate it with a notarized translation. So notarized translation is that the paper have been translated and have the official stamp of notarized institution. So you have to have notarized translation. Do not just upload the transcript certificate in your own native language without English and Chinese. You have to have upload the English or Chinese translation. And now, certificate of non-criminal record or performance certificate. Basically, if you are a fresh high school graduate, just recently graduated, right after you graduate, you apply to Tianjin University, you just have to upload the performance certificate, which means performance certificate you request from your high school to make that to you, and you can upload it here. If you are, for example, 1 year gap from your high school, you can upload certificate of non-criminal record. This you can apply from the police station. And of course, scholarship application form. So from the website of SIE, International Education, from this website. So from this website of International School of Education, you can actually search here from the final degree, for example, bachelor degree programs and admission to undergraduate programs of Tianjin University. This is where you can get your form of the scholarship. You can see, click here to download the application form of the scholarship. So which scholarship you want to apply to, you have to download the form, you fill it, then you scan it, then you can upload it to here, scholarship application form. This is the sign that you want to apply for scholarship, and you upload your application form to here. And the other, for example, you have certificate of awards, you have won competitions, you have received medals. You can scan your certificates, make it into PDF, combine all the certificates in one file, and you upload it in other results. And of course, you have to understand that there is other documents that is needed for these others. For example, letters, then financial statement of the parent. You can upload it in others too. You have to combine it in one file. So you see the detailed information from this, what kind of documents that you need for the application, you can see that here in other attachments. So for architectural majors, you have to submit 5 sketches of your own works. And if you apply for self-finance or you apply with Tianjin University scholarship, the 3 scholarship, you have to provide certificate of bank savings or income certificate. So you just prepare this file and you combine this file in one file, for example in one PDF file. For example, your income certificate from the parents, then the applicant's certificate of award being combined in one file. If you're under age of 18, you must submit the original guardian certificate for these other attachments, right? So the Chinese language certificate, HSK, so if you don't have it, you don't have to upload it. And for English language certificate, for example, if you are taught in English, well, you are recommended to have your IELTS certificate, right? So this is about the documents that you need. Make sure you filled it, uploaded all the documents that you can upload, especially for this red one, because this is where the one of the factors maybe for the evaluation of the admission. Then you save and continue, right? So make sure your documents are in one file. Maximum file size is 5 megabytes, and make sure that it has uploaded successfully. It will be written here. For example, you upload your performance certificate, it will be uploaded and will be presented your file name, right? And for more information, this more information tab, this is where you can upload your video applicants. Actually, this is not mandatory, not compulsory. This is only compulsory for architectural major, right? And this is where you can upload your video applicants and your nationality background declaration. You have to justify your answer for this. Are you an immigrant, or your both parents are Chinese citizens, and your original country, and your award information. So for example, you have upload your certificate of award in the other attachments. You can name your award. What is your award? What's your reward type? And referee information is the reference. Who recommends you from your information of letter of recommendation. You can, for example, your principal, headmaster in school supported you for Tianjin University. You can submit the name. And the guardian information. If you're under age of 18, you have to submit your guardian information details. And other information where you have to fill it, for example, your hobbies and any particular disease and other information. And maybe you have any other notes that you want to submit. For example, you have maybe special needs or any other details that you want to share with the application information. And you save and continue, and this is where you will preview. Preview means you preview everything in your information that are you going to submit your application. If you are not sure, if you have not sure yet, please click no. Do not just recklessly submit that, but you have missing information, right? So your passport name, given name, Chinese name. Make sure all of these are filled. Make sure you have the correct information before you finally submitted your application, right? So you have to check everything, not left anything empty unless you cannot fill it. Well, you just have to fill everything that you need, and you can download the application form and print it. And of course, you have to make sure everything before clicking the submit. So that is for the undergraduate application guide. So make sure you understand all these 5 tabs. You fill in all information, and here where you can receive your notices. Notices is when you receive the message from Tianjin University official information, and the messages for the result of the admission you can see here in the messages. So from this here you can receive information from Tianjin. For example, you have been pre-accepted or accepted, then you can track your process, your course application. So for example, I have here the type of unsubmitted. Unsubmitted means I haven't submitted yet. So from here, there is the status for the update, whether you have been pre-accepted, accepted, and you can see your result of the application here, right? And these other tabs will be active if they have been told, if we have been told to fill in the payment, accommodation, airport pickup, or other tabs. So make sure that you really finished your start application tab, you have submitted, and you can look for the other information. So from here, I get the notice of you have an incomplete course application. Of course, I need to complete all of this, right? So this is for the undergraduate program application guide through this website.